Today I'm alone on the podcast. Welcome to Off the Court, and today I have my volleyball teammate, Sebastián Quintanilla.
Gusto.
Nice to meet you. We have shared a total of 2 Oscars together at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We have both he has been MVP 2 times in his sport. And this is the guy that his whole life is volleyball.
Yeah, that's me.
So maybe you should tell us a little bit about yourself.
As she said, my name is Sebastián Quintanilla. I've been playing volleyball for about 3 years and 4 or 5 months. I started playing. I used to live in Ecuador, and I started playing in Ecuador. But it was only 3-4 months before I came here, so I didn't really get much of playing time or anything there. I really started training when I got here to Honduras, when I got to meet the staff, the team, and everything. And I've been consistently playing since then. Been training every year, over the weekends, over the holidays, summer, everything. I started only as a volleyball player in the school. Then I translated out and started playing for a club called Condepor. And after that, after a summer of playing there, a coach that was new to the school recruited me to their team called Copanecos, and now I am playing in Division 1 volleyball here in Honduras.
How do you feel about playing in Division 1 at such a young age, specifically when your teammates are usually older, married, with jobs? And do you feel any pressure about it? Do you feel different from your teammates?
Mostly. There's other people around my age inside of Division 1. Around my age, I'd say a year, 2 years older than me. But I have the pleasure of saying that I am the only one with the starting role. And yeah, it's a lot of pressure because of course I train really hard, but there's no amount of training I can do right now that will get me the experience that these people have, and that's what separates me from them. They have played the game for as long as I've been alive, which is meanwhile this is my 3rd year playing and everything. But I can't even lie that people are very welcoming. People in that league were very welcoming. They were excited to see someone new play against them and compete with them. And I'd say that all my work has paid off because I was selected as an All-Star for the All-Star team this past league. So this past season, sorry. But it is a lot of pressure because knowing that I'm also the new one on the team, and the team has existed for a couple of years. So at the beginning, I felt like everything that was going wrong with the team, it was me. But after a while, I've been with Copenhagen for I think a year now, and I can confidently say that I don't feel like I'm a dead weight to the team, which I feel like I contribute now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And specifically as volleyball players, I don't know about you, I feel like it's a sport that depends a lot on mental toughness.
Mm-hmm.
You can have, in my opinion, all the talent that you want, but if you don't have the ability to be under pressure, you will not be as capable in the sport.
Yeah, that's something that I used to deal with a lot. It was I played 3 ASCAs here. In my first ASCA, I was in a really bad state of mind for a whole 4 months after, because I felt like it was my fault. Because I've never, although I feel like I'm a really good player, I've never been the kind of player that isn't scared of anything. I'm really every time I'm gonna play, I get really nervous, and for normal games. And when it comes to big games quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, or anything that has any weight to it, I get really nervous. Instead of overcoming that nerve, I've learned to played while being nervous. And at the beginning, I wasn't able to rise to the occasion and perform at the level I should, which in part was because of my inexperience at the moment. But now I feel not only am I stronger mentally, but what helped me the most is know I talk to myself a lot when I'm on the court, and knowing that I can do all things through God who strengthens me. I can do all things, and I've done them before. And I talk to myself. I tell myself like, I've been in worse situations. I've been more nervous. There's more at stake. I've been in situations with more at stake. Like, it's something to calm me down and breathing techniques and everything. Cause yeah, volleyball is a really mental sport.
I feel like that is a thing that you talk about the celebration and talking to yourself that I admire the most about the men's team. That you can see like the collective like confidence in every point. You can see the fight. You can see the desire to win every point. And in the men's team specifically, you see it a whole lot. Me personally, I feel like that in the girls team.
That's what most of the success, if not to say all of it,
I
from the
agree.
men's team come from. The fact that Isa said I'm a 2-time MVP, and yeah, I love it. Like, it's great. But at the end of the day, at the moment I'm competing, I don't care about that. I don't care about anything. I want to win, and we're a family.
Yeah.
We were, because it's a new team. We're building it up, and I'm sure that we're gonna get to the level we used to have. But we were a family. Like we fought not only for our desire to win, but for the desire of the person next to us.
And not to brag, I also won the MVP 2 times along with Sebas, and I can say I have played less Ascas than Sebastian also, and I feel that when you are competing at a higher level, you cannot think about yourself at any moment. You have to think of yourself as a team player, and specifically as someone that plays for your team. You cannot play as an individual in volleyball.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of it.
How do you overcome the idea that you can lose a game because of your mistake?
Horrible.
As I was telling Isa, I feel I was blaming the 2023 ASCA final on myself for a long time. I felt like I underperformed. I felt like my team needed me most and I wasn't able to meet their expectations. But the thing is that, like, because volleyball is a team sport and you can't win alone, the same thing applies to otherwise. You can't lose alone either. If you miss the last serve in a game, if you fail the last attack, if you get blocked, it's, of course you could have done better, but it's also your team to blame to leave you in that situation where you can lose the game.
I feel the same way as Sebas.
Inspiracional.
I feel the same way as Sebas. Specifically, I also, like, for example, last ABSH, I also wasn't in the right place mentally to be playing at a tournament of that level. But my team really took me to a final, and I still blame myself to this day for losing it. But I still have to remind myself, like Seba said, it is a team sport. There's 25 points in a set of volleyball. You are not scoring and you're not losing the 25 points.
No,
And that's really
never.
important to remember.
No.
Apart from that, like losing, your team specifically, I feel like it's a team that has come from down to up. It's a team that nobody, especially last year, nobody has faith in them, to be honest. But I want to, you have built most of the teams, you recruit most of the players. I want you to like inspire some people to not be afraid, especially the boys, to not be afraid to play volleyball.
I think that's the greatest part of our team. Of my whole AST as experience as an athlete, that's been what I think I've learned the most from. Recruiting, like telling people to come, sounds weird, but it's really like you get to meet a lot of people for it. Some of my best friends that graduated last year, they're my friends because I convinced them after months and months to join volleyball. But I think that's what makes like my experience in AST volleyball like the best. That after my first ASCA, the thought of the volleyball sport, the men's volleyball team, was a complete joke. No one had faith that we were gonna had any like good results. But I remember that my coach always told us that we're like, no one believes in us, and are you gonna prove them right? Are you gonna like let them say like, yeah, the volleyball teams are not gonna do anything and not do anything about it? And that's why our season, the fact that we made it to the ASCA finale
And play a third set.
and play a third set and
With
lose
2
by
points.
1 point,
1 point difference.
by a 1 point difference. It was, although it hurt like nothing else I'd ever heard in my life, that was terrible.
Me too.
Although it hurt.
I can tell.
Although it hurt, it was like long. If you see like the whole overview of the situation and of everything men's volleyball, who volleyball has gone through, that was such a success. Because we don't have a quarter of the athletes that the other sports have.
Specifically the girls team.
Yeah, and the girls teams, we're the sport with the least people. Men's volleyball has the least amount of athletes
Also,
by a landmark.
in the school itself, and not to be like, I feel there's a bias. Like, the top sports will always be basketball, but we still have to consider that volleyball is technically frowned upon at sometimes. You can see it in the pep rallies, you can see it but the results are there. Like last year, the girls team was the went the farthest in ASCA specifically, and I want to specifically in this podcast encourage people to join volleyball.
More than enjoy volleyball is to like, rather than volleyball, it's like, don't be afraid to have passion for your sport, even when everyone else is like telling you that you can't do it. Like, we build a team from the ground, and I can't say I built a team because we're a team for a reason. We built a team for the ground that made it to a NASCA finale. I've been to 2 ASCA finales as the sport that no one ever believes in. And like having the INFA kids come up to me and say like that they started playing volleyball because they saw a video of me playing or they saw me in the ASCA 2023 and everything. It's like one of the best parts of being an athlete and being like, it makes you feel like every hour of work you put into it has like actually worked out and like paid off.
Thank you for the wise words today, Sarah. Thank you for being here in Off the Court, and thank you for watching us.